So John, this is pretty complicated and technical, after all. This isn't just a question of dropping a net overboard and yanking it around and catching anything you want.
Absolutely, no. I've been building nets now for like almost 30 years. I've been working in the fishing industry longer than that, and every year I learn something new. We do something different. We make things better, and it's complicated. And then you throw into the fact that like every captain has their own things that they want, the way they want to do it, and so it's a very complicated thing, and it's not a simple thing. And everyone's very conscious now of trying to be efficient and reduce bycatch as much as possible. So they're not just arbitrarily going out there and towing around on the ocean. They know where they need to go. They work together to avoid things. They share ideas on gear and gear types, and we're making little tweaks to nets all the time. We're putting like larger mesh panels in bellies. We're making the part that goes from the net to the sweep. We're making those chains longer when that's advantageous. And those types of just those little tweaks that make such a remarkable difference in the way fishermen are working.
So the gear is constantly evolving and constantly changing and improving, and being adapted to certain.
Constantly, and like I say, we have increases in like the quality of materials and the types of materials we use, and everyone's. They're always thinking. Like I say, I spend more time nowadays sitting around thinking how to not catch fish than I ever did before. Now we're trying to. I don't want butters in this one. I need to avoid the dogfish. And those types of things. And I spend much more time thinking about how to avoid things than I ever did before.
Well, and the criticism has been leveled at me, and I know other people that, well, of course you're going to advocate for fishing because that's the way you make your profit. But, and my point always back to that is always that that's right, and that's why we're mostly, nobody's got more at stake than the fishermen in terms of keeping the resource sustainable.
Yeah, I always say that when I first, 25 years ago when I was fishing, I considered myself a conservationist, and now all of a sudden we found ourselves on the other end of the coin, and I think that we have much more at stake, in keeping things sustainable and working sustainably and doing intelligent work than anybody. I think it works.